You can almost hear the noise coming from the nearby French Quarter. And they're being just as loud inside Caesars Superdome here in New Orleans. Time for teams to start making moves towards the postseason. Here we go in Week 11. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's a solid 70-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
That offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to 1st down. But instead, defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on 3rd and short.
3rd down give to Robinson. That's the 1st and more inside the 45. Give him 24 on that play. And the Falcons will have a first.
That is textbook RPO right there, Kay. Quarterback's decision-making comes quick off the snap. And that back, you know that he's already looking for those lanes before the ball's even in his belly. Before that defense can adjust to the run, he hits that 2nd level.
On 1st down, here's Penix. He'll get this complete to Mooney. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And it's good for an Atlanta 1st down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Penix on 1st down. And in for the Atlanta touchdown. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ballgame.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you can go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
All lined up and ready to boot this one away. He's going to return it from a yard or 2 deep. They'll have decent field position to begin with here, Brock. He's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line. Got 1st down from the 31. This is Alvin Kamara with it. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. DeMarco Hellams there on the stop. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That was the perfect play call for that particular situation. Gave him enough to pick up a first with some room to spare.
Throwing from the gun here. Knocked by Miller. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
He finds Woods. And he gets it through the midfield stripe and onto the Falcons side of the field. Now movement as somebody goes early, and for the first time today, we're going to hear from our officials. All twitched up, they were ready to get it on 3rd and inches, but now a much different situation awaiting them after that false start. It's 3rd and 5 for them after the penalty. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Diving forward, and he makes the catch. It's a 21-yard gain. And the Saints are going to have a first down. Offense already looking like they're in mid-game form. They've got it down to the 32. Kamara now on 1st and 10. And they make the tackle at the 28-yard line. Give them a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. From the 28. Cut at the 10-yard line. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Kamara. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
And he pushed for it, but they managed to stop him at the 2. 3 yards on the run. It's going to be 3rd and goal.
Where you get a little bit closer, but you can feel the pressure starting to mount. Unless you're committed to playing 4 downs here, this becomes a critical 3rd down call.
So now, here's 3rd and goal. So that's 1 quarter gone in a battle of NFC South rivals. Neither side separating much so far. Back to the Superdome of Caesar in just a bit. We're back for the start of the 2nd. Saints have the ball and a chance at 6. Boswell for the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Saints respond with 7 of their own to tie it here early. On is the Saints kickoff team to tee it up and send it away. Return coming from the 6. He's got a lane up past the 30. Tackle made as the return gets it out to the 32. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Penix working from the gun. Finds a seam down the middle. And what a hit there. Ouch, she pays the price for moving the chains that time.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
Second and 6 coming up here. From the 43. Nabbed by Kyle Pitts. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
1st and 10, a run to Robinson. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
Putting a receiver in motion. Catch is made in close. Touchdown, Atlanta. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Koo all lined up and ready to boot this one away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
Give on 2nd to Kamara. Takes out a 1-stop, and he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
Short side option here. He's running left. Oh, he gets clobbered behind the line.
It's easy for me to say up here in the friendly confines of the booth, Kate, but that was not the right read. And you hate seeing him absorb yet another hit at the end of the play. You never...
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
In a situation like this, you got to be a fixer. I mean, this game is hard, and you get into known passing situations, it gets even more difficult. But when you don't get rid of the ball and you take another sack, you make this 3rd down a near impossibility.
Let's see what they went with on 3rd down. Throwing off the play fake here. Complete beyond the marker. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. 3rd and 18 kills most drives, right? But they find an opening and hit it to pick up the 1st. Off the play fake, he'll throw. Vacates quickly left side. Throwing on the run, deep down that left. They connect on the deep shot. And he will score. It's a New Orleans touchdown. The Saints earn the chance to tie it before halftime. Chris Olave with the touchdown. That one splits the uprights. And the Saints tie things up at 14. On is the Saints kickoff team to tee it up and send it away. Returning it from the 4. And he's walloped just as he gets across the 25. What a hit. He's down shy of the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They go play action. Here's Penix. Flushed out of the pocket. Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Saints take possession of the football. Oh, man, I'm having to hold my partner back after this one. Captain Fundamental not happy that he didn't take the time to stop and get set before delivering that football. Gotta think that that, in part, led to the turnover. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
It's 2nd and 21.
Now the Saints hustling people forward. They need to get set. They give to Kamara, left side. And they had that one contained right at the line. Darnell Savage brings that to an end.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
So not an enviable spot here as they come up on 3rd and very long. Back to throw. Escapes the pocket. Escapes his grasp. Kamara's got it. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down.
Speaks to this guy's talent as just an all-around difference maker, playmaker. We see him line up as a receiver, and we don't even bat an eye, Kate. And we don't really bat an eye when he makes that kind of play either. This guy's just different, built for the moment.
Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. Incomplete pass, and we're down to 12 seconds remaining. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything, and they just did.
2nd and 10 now. He fires one deep down the left side. Deep sideline shot is caught, and he gets out to stop the clock. All right, timeout taken by the offense. 5 seconds left, and they can take some points into the locker room on this final play of the half. 4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. He's on the move. Intercepted in the end zone. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Eward with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Well, we're set up for an incredible second half, all tied as we kick it away here in quarter number 3. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. They're going to start on the ground with Kamara. And he has enough room to gain about 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
The give here on 2nd. He's out near midfield and still going. Near the sideline at the 30, still going. And finally, they catch up to him at the 11. It's a huge pickup on the play. And that's good for a New Orleans first down. Kamara running out of the gun. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4. This time it's a passing play. And the ground game works for the touchdown. The Saints take the lead right away in half number 2. Boswell gets that point after to go. And the Saints break that tie and now lead by 7. On is the Saints kickoff team to tee it up and send it away. Here's a return from the 7. He's got a lane up past the 30. Field flipping return as he brought it down on the opposite side of the 50.
Hey, listen, I get it. I'm as guilty as anyone. So hyper-focused on offense and defense, often forgetting it's special teams in a play like that that can swing a game. What a great return now to start out on a short field, and you've got to believe all this offense is thinking is let's capitalize and find that end zone.
He's going to keep it this time. And he's down inside the 35 before going out. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
That is so demoralizing for a defense. You lock things down in coverage. You do everything right on the back end, only to see the quarterback escape, evade the pressure, and get that first down anyway. Ugh.
Penix now on first down. Completes. It's Bijan Robinson. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on first down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on second down.
They've got a man in motion. 2nd and 12 behind the sticks. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. That throw was looking for Kyle Pitts. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
He's got a man left. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. 16 yards on the play. And the Falcons will have a first.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Looking right, and he finds him. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover it.
And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Tarvarius Ward picks it off. He's at midfield. He's at the 30. Gets the 10. And it's a touchdown as he brings it back for the pick 6. Boswell to add the PAT. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Saints double their lead to 14. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. Fielded at the 7. And he gets up beyond the 20, but they plant him a few inches into the ground to end that return. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Fresh off the pick, here's Penix. Forced out to his right. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along your routes. And your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
Pitts brings it in. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine, because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
He's able to drive that pile about a yard. Granderson in on the tackle. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9. Penix here from the gun. Able to hit Robinson, complete. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. On 1st down, here's Penix. Finds a man right side. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Chase Young bringing him down there.
Well, the odds aren't great when you throw into double coverage. Normally you see one of the defenders make a play on the ball. Two men nearby, and that's a missed opportunity for the coverage to make an impact play.
Second down now, 7 to go. From the shotgun, Penix made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. So now they're going to have to figure out this third down.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Just 1 quarter remaining in this one. It's Falcons football. A nice little help for them as they trail entering the quarter. Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. Trying for it with Penix. They can't connect as the coverage comes through. The 4th down stands.
I think every analytics book out there, Kate, said you got to go for it. You're in 4-down territory, down a couple scores here in the 4th. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
They'll throw on 1st. Has the connection to Jones. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
He's going to loft one deep to the left. He's got it inside the 10. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
Look at the touch he put on that throw down the field. That was a masterpiece, and he was the artist behind it, laying it in the perfect spot to create the big play.
Quick throw left side, complete. It's a New Orleans touchdown. No hesitation on that throw. He got the guy he wanted right away, and he got it to him for the touchdown.
You know, it's great, Kate, to draw plays and have all sorts of different options, but it's even better when you don't have to get to your second read. His first broke open just like they planned, and that's 6 in the end.
On is the Saints kickoff team to tee it up and send it away. Has this at the 6. They'll bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Penix now. It's into the hands of Mooney. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Penix on 1st down. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Couldn't find Kyle Pitts on that throw. So that brings up 2nd down. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
Second and 10, Penix to throw. Finds his back complete. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
Translatable skills. That's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down. Backfield is empty as they motion him out right. That's caught beyond the marker. Touchdown, Atlanta! The Falcons get it back to within 2 possessions. Koo on now for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Falcons get it back to a 14-point game. Koo all lined up and ready to boot this one away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Fakes the handoff, now to throw. That one's caught along the left sideline. Give him a full 40 on the play. And the Saints are going to have a 1st down.
You know, Kay, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position by hitting on that shot. You've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And now they face 2nd down. Ooh, this is going to be a false start on the offense here. There was a blitz coming, and that got somebody to panic and jump early. It cost them 5 yards. So things getting a bit tougher following that penalty. We've got 2nd and 15. Trying to throw here out of the gun. That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught.
Defensive coaches in the NFL say it all the time. Limit the big play. Keep these guys in front of you. Well, this defense is going to have to stay vigilant because this receiver, he could take the lid off a defense at any time.
And as that one falls incomplete, all eyes shifting to the flag that was thrown. If it's defensive, they've got a 1st down here. They got the interference call on 3rd down, and that keeps this drive going with a new set of downs. They are throwing it again. He's got Shaheed. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st. From the red zone now. And look at the footwork there. Touchdown! The Saints have likely locked up the win right there. Boswell to add the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Saints stretch their lead to 21. On is the Saints kickoff team to tee it up and send it away. Here's a return from the 7. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. This will be the last play before our 2-minute warning. Penix working from the gun. So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in New Orleans. Falcons hoping to make it look a little better before time runs out. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. To the air with Penix. Chased out to his right. Now here he goes. And he's going to get this up close to the 40 before going out.
Well, the QB made something happen and got some yardage when the play didn't develop right. And even got himself out of bounds to avoid a hit. The only negative at all is he couldn't quite get the 1st down.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. And this one's dropped for what would have been a nice gain. Had that one, but just couldn't see it through. And 4th and 4 coming up.
That drop ruins the payoff to a well-designed play. It got a man open, it beat the coverage. That's a call they can revisit in the future with hopefully a much better job finishing the catch.
Desperation time here on 4th. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Kool-Aid McKinstry has the INT. And the Saints take over on his 5th interception of the season. The 4th down call ends in a defensive highlight as he picks up the throw and gets his guys off the field.
You know, one way or another, it looked like they were going to get off the field that time, but it's so much sweeter as a defense to run off that field holding the ball. So many defensive coaches in this league preach it. It's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. Not only the energy you create on your side, but that little seed of doubt you put in the quarterback's mind the next time he goes out to throw it.
They run it from the gun with Kamara. And they beat him to the edge. That run stopped back at the line. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. Avoids the sack. By a man, and now he's in the clear. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
Obviously, a defense wants to take away all the reads and prevent any kind of big throw for the 1st down. Fine. Well, this QB, he'll just lower his head and gash the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game.
They're just going to let the clock run out and take this delay. Everyone was set and at the line. The quarterback just didn't snap it before the play clock hit 0. 1st and goal, now 5 yards tougher after that penalty. Wow, they're going to pass it here. That's much too high and out of the end zone, incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And that makes it 2nd and goal. Throwing from the gun. The shot to the end zone is incomplete.
You know, as a QB, I'm going to note that in the back of my head. That was a heck of a break. Knocks the ball away. DBs like that, they tend to, once they get one hand on the ball, have a pretty good beat on you and can get 2 hands on it the next time.
Here he is on 3rd and long. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the pressure drives them backwards.
A 9-yard loss on the play. It's 4th and goal.
So it's a win for the Saints. And they